All right, thank you, Rich. Appreciate that. Welcome, everybody. On January 9th, 2023, Johnathan J.J. Lytton was working the Madison-Batesville sector at Indianapolis Center when Chris Stradling, the pilot of November 940 Tango Sierra, entered his sector. Chris was flying his SR-22T from the Chicago Clow International Airport to Kissimmee Orlando Area Airport. It was a cold, clear morning. Chris had filed for flight level 250 to take advantage of strong tailwinds heading south and was excited to try his recently installed oxygen conservation system in the flight levels. There you go. You know where this is going. This is where our story takes a turn for the worse. JJ was getting ready to hand off Chris to the next sector when he noticed he wasn't responding to his clearances. Many, if not all of us, would have overlooked the subtle inconsistencies Chris was displaying. But through experience, persistence, JJ realized something was very wrong. Chris was suffering from hypoxia. Without immediate and the professional manner in which JJ performed his duties, Chris would not be alive today. Please play the video.
November 940 Tango Sierra, contact Indy Center 133.05. Sirrus 940 Tango Sierra, contact Indy Center 133.05. 133.05, 940 Tango Sierra, Indy. Yeah, Sirrus 0 Tango Sierra, contact Indy Center now 133.05, 3305. 3305, November 940 Tango Sierra, Indy. Okay, November 940 Tango Sierra, you sound a little disoriented, sir. Are you okay? November 940 Tango Sierra, do you want to descend lower? Sounds like you might have disoriented there, maybe hypoxia. Can you hear me okay? November 940 Tango Sierra, descend and maintain 11,000. Descend and maintain 11,000. And November 940 Tango Sierra, make sure you have your oxygen on if you're able. November 940 Tango Sierra, descend and maintain 11,000. If you're able to descend, also, if you've got your oxygen mask, put that on. Sounds like you've got hypoxia. They're disoriented. Sirrus 940 Tango Sierra, Indy, how do you hear me?
I hear you, Tango Sierra.
Okay, you still sound a little garbled, November 940 Tango Sierra. Do you have an oxygen mask on?
I'm hoping to Tango Sierra.
Okay, it's sounding a little bit better. Again, you are cleared to descend to 11,000. Descend and maintain 11,000 to help with that.
Cleared to 11,000. Tango Sierra.
Decent. Are you feeling better there with the oxygen?
No, feeling a little better with oxygen. Tango Sierra. It's cleared to 11,000.
And November 940 Tango Sierra, I know you told me you have the max oxygen mask on. Do you have it flowing? Do you have an indication to make sure it's flowing?
Affirmative, yes, Tango Sierra. Have the oxygen mask on.
Okay, I copy you have oxygen mask on, and it is flowing. You have the oxygen flowing, correct?
Affirmative, oxygen mask flowing, yes, Tango Sierra.
November 940 Tango Sierra, Indy.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, sir. I'm sure you probably are flying with the autopilot, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, let's double check your altitude settings. Set it to 11,000, 11,000.
0, Tango Sierra, 11,000.
Number 940 Tango Sierra, I'm still showing a current good rate of descent here. Are you still with me?
Yep, 0 Tango Sierra, still with you.
Okay, copy that.
And 0 Tango Sierra, feeling a lot better.
Okay, November 940 Tango Sierra, that's good to hear. I still think we should continue this descent down to 11,000 and help just get 100% oxygen here.
That's got 100% oxygen, 0 Tango Sierra.
Okay, and November 940 Tango Sierra, use altimeter setting Louisville 3024. If you're able to dial that in, 3024 in your altimeter setting.
3024, 0 Tango Sierra.
November 940 Tango Sierra, Indy, you still feeling better there in the descent?
Yes, I feel a lot better, 0 Tango Sierra.
Okay, good news, sir. I'm going to keep you with me here on this frequency. You're getting a little far south. We're worried maybe about radio coverage, but I've got you loud and clear, so I'm going to hold on to you, make sure you're okay for a frequency change here.
All right, thanks for your help. Feeling a lot better, 0 Tango Sierra.
Okay, good news, sir.
I'd now like to read a portion of a letter written by Chris to Mark Schneider, Indianapolis Center frac rep, about the events of that day. JJ is a hero. He wasn't expecting that kind of scare that day, but when the emergency came, he quickly identified it, took decisive action, and ultimately was the means of saving at least one life. A wife had her husband safely return home. 5 children still have a father. My employees still have a boss and income for their families, and I have a new lease on life. Because of JJ and thousands of others like him, pilots are guided safely from their origin, around weather, through congested airspace, and safely to our destinations. I've always had a deep appreciation for the air traffic control system, but now I have something even more meaningful. I understand that the voice on the other end of that radio is a human being. While all not the same, they care deeply about the safety of the pilots and passengers that rely on them. They are friends and allies to all in the skies. I owe my life to the system, to JJ, and to all controllers who so ably keep us safe in the skies. Thank you, JJ. Thank you, all air traffic controllers. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome to the stage the pilot of November 940 Tango Sierra, Mr. Chris Stradling.
Thank you, Drew. I've been watching these other events take place and these discussions and these stories take place, and I've noticed there aren't any other pilots that have been either brave enough or stupid enough to come and stand in front of all of you to bear my sins. But I just wanted to just share a few thoughts, and I loved actually how all of you kind of refer to yourself as union employees, as brothers and sisters, and while I'm not part of that fraternal order, I do feel like I have a brotherhood and sisterhood with all of you. Thank you for saving my life. Now, I'm here on behalf of my family as well. Drew mentioned my family. I think they might have a picture they may pull up here in a moment. My lovely wife, Kelly, my 22-year-old son, Carter, my 21-year-old son, Andrew, my 18-year-old daughter, Haley, my 17-year-old son, Grant, and my 13-year-old daughter, Alyssa. All are thankful to have a husband and father here standing before you today. Now, as mentioned as part of the story here, I'm actually a very risk-averse person. I thought I had everything taken care of in that cockpit that day. An oxygen conserver, everything up there to kind of make that flight work perfectly, and of course made some decisions that didn't quite line up with safety. Had the oxygen mask on just so that for all of your benefit. But what happened was, as you get up to the flight levels, you then have to talk to air traffic control, and so you pull off the mask to talk. Well, it didn't get sealed back one of those times, and this oxygen conserver does not actually give you a boost of oxygen unless it has a good seal, which I had no idea. So sitting there thinking I'm safe and quickly getting hypoxic. I'll share that JJ started talking with me. I don't remember much of what you heard on this transcript now. I don't even recognize my own voice in that. But as I listened back to that again, a couple things I do remember. Number one, JJ was very, very patient and not frantic at all. He didn't just stick with one command. He kept on giving me different ways to get back to the right outcome. Asking me about autopilot, asking me about my mask. And it wasn't actually until he started asking me about my altimeter setting and other things that I started to realize that I had put the right altitude in the autopilot, but I had not actually pushed the down button, and I just couldn't mentally get myself to push the down button and roll the wheel down. To be honest with you, I actually don't remember taking that step, but it obviously happened. I thank the great God in heaven that actually did happen, and that JJ was able to help get me to the point where I could actually make that step and get on my downward descent. Just a couple things that I've learned in addition to the things I've learned about oxygen masks and the dangers of the flight levels, which are very real, and I have a better appreciation for that. I've learned something new about the air traffic control system. And I think in the past, I thought about air traffic controllers much like you might think about a policeman working with an angry crowd and trying to keep things in order. And I think I approached it that way a little bit, saying, we need to work together somewhat, but they're on the other side of the equation from me. But I don't think that's right now. I've got a totally different view on air traffic controllers, totally different view. The better analogy is much like a doctor and a patient. Yes, one has a better view of what's going on, is going to help, but it's a team effort to get safety out there. And I really do put a lot of credit on the air traffic control system and all of you for making sure that the skies are safe, that we return home to our families. We put ourselves and our lives in your hands. And I've just been touched beyond measure by not only the way that particular instance was handled in the air, but by the kindness and the empathy that happened on the ground as well, with people taking the time to ask about how I'm doing, if I'm processing it okay, taking the time to make sure that my wife and family are okay. And I'm just forever thankful for the culture, I think, that's taken years to develop here to really make it so it's an open system of doctor, patient, not cop and robber. So thank you very much for making that happen. I want to just make a couple of other thank yous. I'll thank JJ in a moment when he comes to the stage. But I met his lovely parents, Bernie and Jeff Lytton. And parents, being a parent of 5 children, sometimes we don't see the good that our children end up doing. And I'm sure, having gotten to know JJ a little bit, he gave his parents a run for their money. He's got a wild spirit to him, and it's great. But Bernie and Jeff, you did a good job. Your son saved a life and saved a family. And so I just want to thank you very much for raising a good son. And JJ, now my lifetime friend, I salute you. I love you as my brother. And thank you, thank you, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to welcome to the stage the 2023 NACA Great Lakes Archie Medal of Safety winner, J.J. Lytton.
have a speech written. Everyone before me, great job. Very, very nicely done. You're a true hero, Chris. You standing here today is amazing. And just, I still am emotional. I don't know how many times I've talked about it, watched this. But a big thanks for me catching it. I did. I realized it, I don't know, there was something in 25 years as an air traffic controller. It's not the first time I've seen or heard about this or watched countless training videos that we do. But I did sense. I sensed something wasn't right. And I want to say a big thank you to everyone involved in this, because I noticed it, immediately told a supervisor, immediately had help. Everybody around me was amazing at all the other sectors, allowed me to just completely focus on giving him the attention that he needed in this. Because it doesn't show you, and as everybody knows, the controllers that are here, there was a lot more going on than just me talking to him. But thank you to all my brothers and sisters, especially to the individual that was, thank you for making it. I still can't believe that you continued on down, but I understand why. So we were wanting him to land. I got to tell you, this is kind of funny. But he had a good point. We got him down to 11,000 feet, and we suggested he land, and he didn't. And talking to him yesterday and today, he said that flying for another couple hours allowed him to calm down and relax before he'd make a landing, which is a good idea. Just wanted to pass that along to other controllers for FY if you need it in the future. But I will say, the next night, he flies back to Chicago from Florida. I get to talk to him again, and he's at 8,000 feet, not 25,000. So, that was funny. A controller called me from another sector, and they're like, hey, where are you, do you remember blah, 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 Tango Sierra? And I go, yeah, there's the guy that yesterday with the hypoxia. He goes, well, he wants to talk to you. He's down over Evansville at 8,000 feet. And I just started laughing. I mean, laughing with you, but he wanted to get back home. But no, thanks to everyone that assisted and helped me. I mean, it was so many people involved that you don't see behind, fellow controllers know. Even from somebody running down from traffic management that was a pilot to help and give me some suggestions for you. So thank you to everybody involved. And big thank you. I can't see, my parents are here with me, but Dad, I love you. He's not feeling well, so I know he's back there watching. But thanks, Mom and Dad. Love you guys. And thanks, everyone. Hope you're having a good evening, and enjoy. Oh, and one other thing. Thanks to my fact rep, Mark. He wanted me to say that, so.